Attention to me because you see the real star behind me. So I'm not going to ask you to give me any love. I'm going to ask you to give some love and some recognition for one of the greatest school superintendents in the entire country, the superintendent of Atlanta Public Schools, Maria Kostarfin. So, am I doing this or you doing this? All right. Like I said, I'm going to get away from the mic.
Okay. All right, then I'm up first. Good afternoon. I'm Jenna Kelly, and I serve as the president of the Georgia Division for SunTrust Bank. More than 125 years ago, we were founded here in Atlanta, and our purpose as a company is to light the way to financial well-being. And we do that for the clients and communities we serve. 2 years ago, we launched a movement called the On Up Movement to help America take a step towards building financial confidence. And today, I'm really excited to announce that more than 3 million people have joined our movement and are taking those small steps to improve their finances. We've been fortunate to have Operation Hope as a committed partner in that effort from the beginning, and their focus on financial literacy and economic education to empower people really aligns well with our purpose. Today, I'm excited and privileged to be here to announce that we are furthering that partnership by sponsoring an Operation Hope financial well-being coach dedicated exclusively to Atlanta Public Schools. With 5,000 teachers and staff, APS is responsible for educating our next generation of Atlantans. And their mission is so critical because the lessons that they teach in the classroom are going to create our next business, civic, and community leaders. So it's all the more important that they are able to focus on that mission every day and not be concerned about financial stress. The success of this program is real. Throughout our more than 5-year partnership with Operation Hope, we've helped nearly 18,000 people move from financial stress to financial confidence. And we're committed at SunTrust to continue to expand that program to 200 of our retail branches by the year 2020, with the goal of serving 150,000 people every year. I want to thank Operation Hope for their commitment to financial empowerment, and I really want to thank Atlanta Public Schools. We're excited about the partnership and appreciate their focus on improving the financial well-being and financial confidence of their employees. So with that, let me turn it over to the superstar, Dr. Maria Kostarfin.
Thank you. You're very sweet. I'm really excited to be here today. John Hope Bryant just told me that no matter how many Operation Inside, or Hope Inside, and partnerships they have around financial literacy, Atlanta Public Schools is his favorite. So it's always great being the teacher's pet, right? But we are so grateful for the partnership and the legacy investment that SunTrust is making in our employees for Atlanta Public Schools. You know, no superintendent or school board does this work alone. We have so many needs in urban public education where kids have, and their families, quite frankly, you can't even help the kid without really helping the family and helping teachers and employees who are in front of them every single day. And so in the workplace, the biggest stressor on staff is around financial literacy, understanding how they can make better financial decisions when they are in jobs that are sometimes low-wage jobs, if you're a support staff member, or you're a teacher. We don't pay our teachers enough. We don't pay our educators enough. And so when they're planning and trying to figure out what they're doing in their lives so that they can really focus on kids, it's important to give them the tools that they need to be able to do this. This commitment by SunTrust will contribute to the financial wellness of our staff members. And when our staff is less stressed, that means they treat our kids better, they're able to engage in better relationships and do the thing that we really need them to do. We want to ensure that when they're working with our kids and feel good about themselves, they're able to do what we need to happen in public education. We need them to break the cycle of violence. We need them to break the cycle of ignorance and illiteracy. We need them to break the cycle of poverty that so many families and kids experience. And for sometimes it involves making sure they can do that for themselves and their families. And so I know that it's a big charge or expectation of Operation Hope and SunTrust, but I couldn't be more honored or proud to be in partnership with them today. On behalf of Atlanta Public Schools, I'd like to thank both of you for being the leaders that you are, for wanting to invest in public education, and wanting to be sure that we have a workforce for the future that is educated and excited about being in Atlanta. And I can do that better today than I could yesterday because of Hope Inside. So thank you so much.
This is important to me. She mentioned a secret that it was my most personal hope inside. Because when I grew up in Compton, California, when I was at school at 9 years old, my teacher was not financially literate. And so we had to bring a volunteer in to come and teach financial literacy in home economics class, which doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately.
Right.
And do we have it at
No.
No, yeah.
No.
And so the banker came in, and after 3 sessions, I asked the banker, I was so fascinated, what do you do for a living, and how'd you get rich legally? Because nobody in my neighborhood wore suits. And nobody, unless you were a detective and it was a bad suit. Nobody in my neighborhood had a business card. Nobody in my neighborhood had a white collar. It was all blue collar. Nobody in my neighborhood was on a salary. I mean, there was no skyscrapers in my inner city neighborhood. So what am I going to dream about? And if all you see in your neighborhood is symbols of success or rap stars, athletes, and drug dealers, I'm not putting those in the same category. I'm just saying that unfortunately that's the vision we see. We see rap stars and we see athletes. Okay, that's 3,000 jobs, maybe. And then the hope, the other piece is not even a job at all, but that's all we see. So why are anybody surprised we model what we So we need something different to see. Anyway, I asked this guy, so what do you do for a living and how do you get rich legally? He said, young man, I'm a banker and I finance entrepreneurs. I said, sir, I don't know what an entrepreneur is, but if you're financing them, I'm going to be one. And that changed my life. And I'm essentially an entrepreneur today because of what my 9th grade class did for me. And I decided that we had to really pay it forward and come full circle and support our teachers who do so much for us and get very little in return. Our teachers should be some of the best paid people in the whole country. They are literally putting the army of hope on the field. Literally putting the army of hope on the field. 4th grade through 12th grade is the best. That's the bench strength for the playoff games of the rest of our lives. And they don't get the credit they deserve. We blame them for everything that is not going right in society. We want to blame all the schools, the teachers, and we should be doing our job. So the very least we can do is say thank you. So you get one of my $5 plates. Maria Kostarfin, Hope Innovation Leadership in Education Award.
New award.
It is a first ever award,
Okay.
ever. Why, because I couldn't say it properly? In recognition of the innovative partnership between Atlanta Public Schools and Operation Hope and SunTrust, supported by SunTrust, Bryant Group Motorsports Academy, which is what we're doing there around STEM education, by the way, made possible by your visionary leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in saying thank you to Maria Kostarfin.
Thank you.
Come on.